Hey guys, welcome back. This is By the Book and we are your married relationship coaches. I'm Cint, that's short for Cynthia.
And I'm Sil, short for Marcel.
All right. So if you haven't already, please do us a favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you already tune in every week, then you already know what we're about to do. Today we're talking about season 15 of Married at First Sight, episode 8, The Afterparty.
Yes.
Let's get into it. We had Krysten, Justin, and Stacia. I think we started off talking to Stacia about her issues. So
she had none. Stacia had no issues because her and Nate have been smooth sailing so far.
They've been pretty good. I mean, and you know, to Keisha, or I like to just call her Rudy, to her credit, she does try. I really like her as a host, and she tries to like dig in with the parties about what could be an issue, which she did ask Stacia how she felt about Nate's not opening up. And Stacia was very kind of closed, and she defended him in saying he's not used to that, and that was she saying he was trying?
He was trying, but you know, she gave a little bit of background on how
dad.
he was raised. Mm-hmm. Yes, and there's no one he was not raised with someone who showed him how to be emotional. So it's a little bit different or difficult for him. So she was understanding.
Yeah, she was understanding. So what could be a problem, she's not making it into a problem.
Yeah.
I think it's showing her maturity. I think just across the board with that couple, I see them handling issues with one another pretty maturely. They did show a preview where he gets kind of frustrated with her.
Yes.
But I'm willing to go out on a limb and say that situation resolves itself pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Well, they started a pretty good foundation. So they genuinely like each other. They genuinely are attracted to one another. They haven't had any issues so far. Just some kind of like getting to know you, like minor scrape.
Yeah.
Not even a scrape.
By comparison to the rest of the couples, it's really been nothing smooth.
It's been really smooth.
Somehow, though, without the drama, this is still like our favorite couple to watch. So
yeah.
You know, it doesn't always have to be drama.
It doesn't always, but with Married at First Sight is always some drama.
It's gonna be some drama. It's gonna be some drama.
Yeah.
So for Krysten, what did you see there?
I saw a woman who is trying her hardest to make ridiculous normal.
Yeah,
that's what I saw.
I was kind of hoping that she would let like that. I don't know, that way she's being about being so accommodating and adjusting so much. I was hoping she would let that go for the sake of the after party and be like, girl, let me tell you what. I mean, she did express, that it's kind of frustrating and tiresome, but she was still also very positive about him. She did spend some time talking about how he handled what she shared with him about her engagement. And again, I'm going to say it again. I said it when we did their video. I'll say it again. I don't understand why that would have been a negative thing on her. Yeah. Like why that would have given him pause about the relationship anyway.
Yeah, well, she just said that other people who she was in relationship with, they had issues with it. So she thought he
But that's my point. Like, why would anybody be like, oh, somebody was cheating on you and you found out 2 weeks before you got married?
Yeah.
Shame on you. Like, who does that? Okay. That's just weird.
All right. Well, here's the thing. What I believe is the thing is...
Help me out.
Sometimes, not all the time, but some men have a way of turning things back on women, even when they're not the ones that are at fault. And so, for instance, Krysten's fiance stepped out on her, had a mistress, right? And she told the story on what happened.
Yeah.
And so the guy who she's seeing could probably turn it back on her and say, wow, so what weren't you doing in this relationship? Why was he cheating on you? Were you not responsive to whatever he was doing as your fiance? He tried, were you catering to his needs or whatever? A guy could turn it back.
Have you ever done that?
Absolutely not.
That did not sound genuine at all.
No, for real. No, I wouldn't do that.
That is such a trash move.
Yeah.
So you use someone's, okay. I mean, I guess I've seen it before, but maybe not in something like that.
Yeah.
Where you use someone's history against them.
Against them, yeah.
Even though, like, I would see that more so if the person had, like, if she was the cheater. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, oh, well, you're a cheater. You're hard to trust. I know, but, you know, whatever. Yeah. But for you to have been cheated on and to throw salt in that already open wound, that is just, okay. Well, I feel sorry for her for what type of men that she's been with in the past.
It didn't really get too much better for her.
But it didn't.
They gave her
they
Mitch.
set the bar so low, so Mitch didn't have to do anything for him to be like this angel. No.
Yeah.
Wait. But she also said, I have to bring this up, and I just have to. When they were talking about his place, I don't know how they even got on talking about his place again. She said there were bugs in the shower. And I almost just turned the TV off and walked away. Because I thought it was bad enough. I'm like, what type of bugs are we talking? Like, a spider, please?
Yeah.
But that's not the sense that I got.
No,
I'm feeling like it was all kinds of creepy critters. Just
yeah.
And then here goes Justin trying to defend him. Yeah. And Keisha Knight Pulley was like, don't even do that.
Shut up, Justin.
So, right. There is no justification.
No.
So
I don't know. Say he wants to save the planet, so he wants to save the bugs too. I don't know.
But he's so domineering with it seems. I don't know, obviously, like the private conversations that they have and how that comes across. Because on TV, he doesn't seem like a bad guy, quote unquote. I mean, he's had his little diva moments or whatever, but it doesn't seem like he's mean to her.
Yeah.
But when we hear about off camera, like he basically forced her to take those single-use cups back, and we can't go to my grocery store, and I can't use the bags that I want to use, and I got to put my trail mix in a fanny pack, and I can't have a gift that's not repurposed, and we can't buy things from the party store. Like, it really makes it seem like he is controlling everything.
Yes.
And either she's just forthcoming with that, like, adjusting and just going with the flow, or he's putting his foot down. And I don't like that. And she even said that her friends were concerned to see that they didn't see her personality in the party at all.
Yeah.
And when your friends identify something like that, it's time to listen. Especially for somebody who you've only known for 2 weeks. Because your friends are not going to have anything but your best interest at heart. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. Like, I don't like what I'm seeing. This is not normal. You usually would have this type of party, do these types of things. Everything is being controlled, dominated by Mitch.
Yes.
So,
I do think there are going to be some issues that are going to arise. And like we were saying before, right now, Krysten, she's bending over backwards for this guy because she wants the marriage to work. And you can see that. Someone who's already kind of like had a failed almost marriage, she almost got married, they're going to work a lot more harder at trying to please the person who they're with to make this whole thing be successful. But you can't lose your identity in all of that type of pleasing.
Right.
Yeah, adapt. Heaven help you. Adapt. But you cannot bend over backwards, especially when this guy is so far out of the norm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, no, he has to come to the middle some kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, she's going to stress herself out.
Right. There's a point of being adaptable.
Yeah. And
there's not even a fine line. I think there's a very thick, bold line between that and just being desperate.
Yeah.
Don't be desperate. Like, it can't be that serious that you have to accept everything that comes along with Mitch. With that, I'm not even saying that they can't work, but she has to make him meet her somewhere in the middle.
Exactly.
Like, even if it's not exactly halfway, it's like, dude, you're not perfect. You're not God's gift to me. Like, so that, I wasn't pleased with what I saw, to say the least, when it came to Krysten.
Yeah, like I said, he's way past where the buses run. he's way out there. All right, can we talk about someone else?
We could talk
Krysten
about
and Mitch?
Justin.
Okay. Another rough one to kind of talk about. Mr. Weepy Weepy.
I can't. If he doesn't stop crying, I don't know. I'm gonna just start punching you every time he starts crying.
All right. First of all, let me tell you all. We were watching this program together. All right. So we were watching the after party, and Justin first of all, he looks like he's about to cry. He's not crying yet, but he looks like he's about to cry.
Right. They showed him the clip about them arguing about the dog.
And so my wife says, I know he's not about to cry. And so I'm just like, yeah, he's probably going to cry. And of course, the tears start flowing. And so she pauses. She pauses the program. And I could feel the heat on this side of my face. I said, I cannot look at you. I cannot. And so she was so annoyed by this man crying on stage. Again. And it is just like, here he has a woman on his right, he has a woman on his left. Neither one has shed a tear, but he's up there bawling, and it continues to go.
Everything can't be a reason to cry. I'm not saying that men can't cry. Men have varying different degrees of emotional expression.
Yes.
Okay? So I'm not just knocking every man who cries. That's not where I am with it. But everything can't be a reason to cry. Like, everybody knows the story of the little boy who cried wolf. It stops having any impact.
Yes.
Even this happens with women and men. If you're a woman and you cry all the time about every little thing that goes wrong, your significant other is going to start like disregarding those tears because everything can't be treated like it's a 5-alarm fire. Or is it 3 alarms? Whatever. A lot of alarms. A 12 alarm. Everything cannot be treated like with the same level of intensity.
Yeah.
So if I'm crying about everything, you're like, okay, you got to do something different. So I know what to treat as a 1 versus a 5 versus a 10.
Yeah.
And he said a 10 on everything.
Yeah.
And that pretty much makes everything a 1.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see any more tears from him. He's getting. You talk about getting on your nerves.
He's getting on my nerves.
He's getting on my last nerve with that. How are you crying on the after party?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this show is filmed after everything have already happened. So why are we still crying about it?
Yeah.
Like, cut that out.
Yes. What can I say? I mean, he's a crier. He's gonna cry no matter what.
But I mean, that makes him a poor communicator. And the biggest takeaway I had from Justin was how poor of a communicator he is, because he actually sat there after the tears and kind of explained his point of view, which we never ever heard in the actual show.
Yeah.
During the actual, episode 8, we didn't hear him talk about, well, the dog wasn't exactly not eating. She was eating like half of her food. And that is normal. That is expected when dogs have... Yeah, I mean, our dog will just not eat because we left the home for a little while. Like, I mean, these things happen. So if he could have communicated that to her more effectively, instead of crying, instead of yelling, instead of cursing, instead of shutting down, then they probably wouldn't be where they are. And she would find him to be a stronger man than what he's giving off now.
Well, I believe... with those two,
I
think Alexis is a strong personality.
Yeah.
And I think she's looking for someone who can lead her. And so here it is. She got upset because her dog got bitten by his dog. Right. Rightfully so.
Right.
She's sad. That's her fur baby. I get it, And so instead of him taking ownership and leadership of the whole thing, let me back up. She's fussing. She's angry with him. And so Justin being Justin, he follows suit. He gets defensive and he starts cussing.
The situation,
and he starts fussing.
Okay,
So she's leading the situation, and so he follows suit with what she's doing. But yet he is still trying to play the people pleaser. He's still trying to do that.
He can't wear that many hats.
He can't. He's passive aggressive, and so it's a whole lot of stuff that's kind of like playing out.
Good point. Right, I'm glad you said that, because contrast him with the way that Miguel handled Lindy, when she was going off the rails with him.
Yeah.
He was quiet. He was even. He was calm.
Yes.
He said, I don't like this version of you.
Yeah.
that actually took her back a little bit.
Yeah.
And she changed the way she was explaining things.
Yes.
That's all Justin really needed to do.
Yeah.
He has to take control of the situation, especially because Alexis was not 100% in the right. Yeah. Now, one of our commenters in our previous video did point out to us, they probably have watched the after party. I know you did, girl. They watched the after party already. We just watched the after party. Yeah. So now we're getting the information that she already had, which was that Alexis was angry and left the home because of that. Mm-hmm. And that in and of itself can be a problem, and we'll probably talk about that in another video.
Yes.
Like a sidebar. But that in and of itself can be a problem. But again, she put him into a position where it's high pressure. He's already feeling like, all right, I screwed this up. I don't want to mess anything else up. He's trying to take care of it. He's trying to take charge of something and not burden her with every little detail. He's threading a needle here that's very difficult. It's a very small hole in this needle. Mm-hmm. And while I come down hard on Justin, and I will continue to do so for the rest of this season, don't get me wrong, I sympathize with him for that one reason, because she left the situation. She left the dog's care up to him. That's a misstep. Mm-hmm. And then she's upset with him, but she's not... I guess she hasn't learned him well enough to know if she wants to effectively communicate with him, that she has to back up just a little bit and give him the opportunity to explain. Yes. Because like applying pressure to Justin.
Yes. Just don't work.
It doesn't. He's just going to burst into tears. Yeah. So while we're telling him like, man up, be this type of guy, etc., he is who he is. So if she wants to meet him where he is, she's going to have to start to learn that he can't communicate under that type of intense pressure.
Very true.
And she lays it on.
He's gonna break. He's gonna fold like a deck of cards. So, I think he has to, like you said, like Miguel, he's gonna try to find a way to get his emotions in check, and so that he can be a lot more sturdy when those type of situations arise. Because if she's upset and she's cussing and she wants to cry, what good is it gonna be for him, the man, to also get emotional, start crying and start fussing and cussing? Mm-hmm. It doesn't work. So he's going to definitely have to get out of his feelings and learn how to lead. He's just going to have to.
It's a challenge. She has to help him lead. Mm-hmm. Honestly, he's going to need the assist. He's not the type of take charge alpha male that some women are looking for. But she wants to make this work. If she still wants to make it work, she's going to have to help him help her. Because I don't see any other way. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of women will say, I can't teach a man. I can't help a man be a man. I can't teach a man to be a man. Either he's going to be this or he's not. And so I agree. She is a strong woman, but she's going to probably have to be a little bit stronger and help him through these situations. I mean, I'm not a fan of theirs. I actually hope that they say no at decision day. Mm-hmm. But just in the interest of advice in terms of if they are going to stay together, I think that's what they have to do. Yeah. So. I think they're incompatible, to be honest with you. I know he was super into her, and she seemed like she was really catching fire for him until all of this stuff happened. But no, I don't think they work.
Yeah. No. If they compile on issues beyond this, it's pretty much dead in the water. Like if this is their only issue, and then they go to decision day with this dog issue being their biggest hiccup, then maybe. Yeah. But they got a lot of work to do. Well, that's all I can really say.
Well, you know what, Justin, he wasn't very optimistic. He said he's still hoping for the best in this after party, but he wasn't too optimistic. I think this guy knows that this thing is over.
Maybe. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I would like to see when the experts come in and try to troubleshoot this situation. Yeah. Because I feel like Alexis has enough maturity in relationships. Like I've heard her talk. I see how she tries to approach things. Mm-hmm. Even though I feel like she made a couple of missteps in this particular situation. Yeah. I feel like if she desires to stay married to him, that there's some things that she's going to change. So we'll see. You guys let us know what you think. Stacia and Nate, still my favorite. Krysten and Mitch, that girl needs to run. Like hell. Can I say that? Run fast.
That's in the Bible. Say it.
And Justin, I don't want to see another tear. I don't. Just stop it. Stop. You're crying wolf at this point, and it's tiresome.
Yes.
It's not accomplishing anything.
Yes.
So.
And I very seldom use this word, but yes, man up.
Ooh, I thought you was gonna use a good one.
Oh man.
Dang.
Which word do you
Never mind. Anyway, y'all, listen. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.